In the modern day, testosterone in young men is at an all-time low. Whether it's someone you know, or whether it's you could take this information and benefit. Whether it's any problem that comes associated from this, you could solve. If you've got a low libido, if you don't put on muscle easily, if you struggle to lose weight, lots of these are symptoms of having low testosterone, or lower than you should, and having a hormonal imbalance. But what is a hormonal imbalance? Well, as I'm sure you know, everyone runs on hormones, but the main two which I'm going to be talking about is estrogen and testosterone. So testosterone is, more dominant in males, well, it should be, and then obviously estrogen would be more dominant in females. However, the natural cycle of estrogen, the natural balance, of estrogen and testosterone is disturbed. It's all over the place. You don't have as much testosterone as you should have, and you've got more estrogen than you should have. Now, this is causing lots of problems. Fertility. This is the most important one for me. This alone would make you want to change your life for the better. Start avoiding all these estrogenic products. But I'll get onto what that even is later in the video. But fertility is lower in males. The infertility has gone way up. I don't even know what it is, and this has been shown in a lot, how much the male sperm health has gone down. If you look here, there's the graph 20 back in 1997. That was not that long ago. Now in 2017 it's way under 10. That's more than 50%. Here 1973, 2018, look at it. This is not good for you. If you want to grow up and have good, healthy children without any problems, you're going to have to fix this problem now whilst you're young and you have the potential to. Because when you're old and you're in your 50s and 40s, it's too late. 20s or 30s, that is your baby making age. It is what it is. You can't argue with the science, even if you don't like it. Now, you might think, well, what's the big deal? Yeah, if I still have some sperm, I don't care. Well, just having it doesn't mean it's going to work. Because what this means is there's a higher chance that you're going to have a baby. You're waiting for your baby. You made that baby. That human is you. And then one day you go get home from work, or you go to the hospital because you got a call from the hospital saying your wife's there and she's had a miscarriage. The baby's dead. Or it comes out and it's got a disease, like a genetic disease, because you had bad sperm, and it's going to live a few weeks and die. Or it's going to be deformed and it's going to have a bad life. Not a bad life, but not the same life that you would have. Maybe it's got some messed up arm or something. I say messed up, but I mean to our standards, right? Now, what I'm going to talk about first is how to boost your testosterone levels, and then secondly, I'm going to talk about what lowers your testosterone levels and raises your estrogen levels, what to avoid, what not to do. Now, very good way to raise your testosterone levels is obviously working out, right? Going to the gym, working out, being active, pushing yourself. It's not that hard. Now, if you have, before you go to the gym, cold shower or cold bath, and then you go work out, then over time your testosterone will increase. I don't know why, but lots of people saying it, and it's shown in graphs and stuff. This is actually a way you can increase your testosterone. And the second thing, which is very important, is getting good long sleep. First, the long sleep. If you're young, get 8-9 hours of sleep every day, right? Maybe if you're older, 20s, 30s, you can do with 7. but you still want to prioritize your sleep. Right, you want to get that sleep in, get good hours of sleep, because that's when your body grows, that's when your body changes, and that's how you develop more testosterone during that time. Right, if you're sleeping 4 hours, you're going to have lower testosterone than someone who's sleeping 8 hours, if theoretically they're doing the same things. So get long sleep, and second of all, get good sleep. Don't be like saying, oh, I go to sleep at this time, but because you've been on your phone the whole time, you're sat there for half an hour, for an hour or whatever, trying to go to sleep because you can't, because you've got the blue light in your mind, or then you keep waking up during the night, keep disturbing your sleep. Because once you actually go to sleep, there's different stages. There's the first stages, and then there's the REM sleep. So if you got 1 hour, wake up 5 minutes, 1 hour, wake up 5 minutes, 1 hour, and do that until you get 8 hours of sleep, it's not going to be the same as just getting 8 hours of sleep. So prioritize your sleep. Make sure you sleep well, sleep deep. Once you increase your testosterone, you'll probably just sleep deeper anyways. It'll be harder to wake you up. Like, some people sleep like logs. And the third thing is just exercise, having an active life, going out, having some runs, running around, playing whatever, going to the gym, exercising. Have an active life. Don't just be sat on a computer desk all day, or on a school desk all day. If you're at school, then for however many hours, right, you're sat down, go do an extra long gym session, right? Do extra long gym sessions on the weekend or during the week. Be super active on the weekend. Counteract it, right? You don't want to be just sat there like on your desk the whole time. If you have a sedentary life, your testosterone levels are not going to be as great as someone who's active, out running, exercising, and just having an active life. So it could be anything, as long as you're active, moving around and pushing your body. All right. Now, the fourth thing is sunlight. Like, you could say, oh, just get some vitamin D. No, I want you to go outside, get some sunlight, get some good sunlight, get it all over your skin and everything. Just go out there, balls out, sunlight. Just get some sunlight, get some good sunlight. And even if it's dark and rainy how it is now, the sun that is out there is still way better than anything that's inside or in a vitamin tablet or whatever, right? You're still getting more light. Even if you get one of these like iPad tablet things where it like shines UV light into your eyes, go outside. If you get like a light tester, right, and put it on the iPad that shoots light, and then put it out in a day like this where it's like cloudy, it's still gonna be way brighter outside, because it's the sun. What do you expect? And another thing is, through glass, it takes away a lot of it. You don't get as much. You get like a little amount. Yeah, sure, you get some sunlight, but it's reduced when it goes through the glass. So go outside, get some sun, whether it's for 10 minutes a day, whether it's for an hour a day. Be outside getting some sun if you can. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is what to avoid. Now, I can easily just say avoid plastics. Fair enough. That will probably help you anyways. But I'm going to tell you what plastics, what to like switch it with, because I can't just say, oh, don't use plastics, because people are using plastics for everything. They're like, what am I going to use then? It's not helping the problem if I just tell you what the problem is. No, if you know what the problem is, I need to tell you how to solve the problem. So first thing we're going to talk about is plastic in water bottles. The water bottles at the store, your water bottle which you take to work, whatever it is, get rid of that. You're drinking water, and the plastic's going to go in that water. It doesn't matter if you've got the cleanest water in the world. If you put it in a plastic water bottle, it's going to get plastic in it. Now, if you already don't know, and you're wondering why I'm yapping about plastic in a video about testosterone and estrogen, is many plastics, they go into your body as microplastics. I'm sure everyone's heard of the word already. And they'll go into your hormone like receptors, and they'll act as a hormone, but because they're plastic, they're unnatural. It's not actually testosterone or estrogen. it will act like it, and it will take up the place, so you can't actually have an actual testosterone or estrogen there, and you can't get rid of it because it's a plastic, right? It's unnatural. Now, this is going to take up, it's going to make you think you've got testosterone or estrogen, and it's going to lower your levels because you're not going to be able to interact with the receptors, and it's not going to work, and it's not going to get replaced as fast as it would if it was just testosterone or estrogen, natural, body chemicals. Now, the other thing is in water, right? We've talked about water bottles, now we're talking about water. Now, this one's a bit more complicated. You might need a bit more money. You might need to, if you don't have a good income source, ask your parents, tell them about this, be like, look, this is what's happening, right? Ignore all the nasty chemicals. There's tons of nasty chemicals. If you live in England, right, nasty chemicals in the water. The water you get, a lot of people don't know this, surprisingly. The water you get from your tap is the water you flush down the toilet. It's the same water. They just take it to a plant and they swish it around with chemicals, add stuff, and then they shoot it right back to your house. Okay, obviously you don't get the same water, but that's even worse. You're drinking some random stranger's water. But yeah, they do get rid of a lot of chemicals, but one thing is they have other chemicals which stay in the water, like, for example, estrogen. Who would have known? That's the biggest enemy. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, if you buy a filter, right, get a good filter, either like reverse osmosis or a good high quality charcoal filter or something, and you can just put all your water in there. If you're drinking any water, just put it in there. Maybe if you're washing and you don't have too much money to filter tons of water, then do it with tap water. But just drinking water, filter it. Now, because the estrogen, you might be wondering, how does the estrogen get in the water? Well, when women who take the pill so much nowadays, the pill with estrogen, birth control, not 100% of it gets absorbed. So when they piss it out or whatever, it goes into the water, which then goes into the sewage treatment. They get rid of all the nasty stuff, the stuff that makes you sick immediately, like the diseases and the viruses, and then obviously the shit and piss. Alright, but there's tons of chemicals which are too small, too expensive to filter. They don't filter out the estrogen. There's still estrogen from that which goes into the water, and then it's not like it goes once into the water, because it goes into the water, comes out of the water, goes back into the system, then more is added, and it keeps going back. It's a cycle. There's more and more estrogen. Now, if you're drinking this estrogen, it's going to get in your body. It's like you're taking a tiny bit of birth control every time you drink some tap water. What do you think that's going to do to you? What do you think that's going to do to your sperm, your children? Now, another one is clothing. You've got a lot of clothing. Let's see if I've got any around. Alright, stuff like this, gym clothes, other sports clothes, it is got lots of the time plastic in it because they produce it cheap, and it's not, they say it's some sort of cotton, but it's like plastic cotton. It's like they call it cotton, but they've got their own sort of, it's just a mimic of cotton. It's not actually cotton. Now, this is, if you don't want that, just buy some vests, some 100% cotton vests. Just get some white vests. I've got a ton of them right now. I haven't got mine on because it's in the wash, but just buy some vests. You can put it under your clothes, right? And if you don't want to just rebuy your whole wardrobe, just get some vests for the week, 5, 6, 7, and just put them on under your clothes. No one cares. Now, the other thing, which is not easy, because these can be expensive, but it should be priority, is your underwear. A lot of the time, if you're wearing boxers, they're tight. Your balls, as is, maybe you don't, but where your sperm and testosterone is mainly produced, right? Obviously, all your sperm's produced there, but your testosterone is mainly, coming from your balls. Now, what do you think is going to happen when you're surrounding it with these tight, stick to your skin and whatever boxers that are like, or whatever you wear, that are made of like these microplastics and rubbish, and these fake like cottons and stuff. And people think you only need to drink it. No, if it's on your skin and if you're sweating, if you don't sweat from the balls, well done, good luck. But if there's something like the gym clothes which I showed you, if you're sweating in the gym and you've got that on, it will get into your body easier, and it gets in through your skin anyways. So if you're wearing these boxers with that, you're going to be getting microplastics, which is going to mess up your hormones in the place where your testosterone and sperm is produced. So I just get some 100% cotton boxers. They cost a bit of money, yeah, but it's worth it. What money wouldn't you spend for the health of your children and the health of yourself? Now, if I went over everything, I wouldn't have time in this video. It's in everything, It's in this microphone, it's on this monitor, it's on my camera. There's probably some plastic in my chair. No, it's on the headphones. Boxing bag's probably got some plastic in it, but I'm gonna hit it in gloves anyway. But another thing is storage, food storage. If you're storing food in plastic containers, like you get one plastic rubbish filled lunchbox that you take to school, whatever, and then you're getting plastics in your food. These plastic wrappers, this tightly wrapped plastic around your chicken and your beef, that's putting the plastics onto your food. If it's got plastic on it, touching it, then there's going to be plastic in that food. Okay, so if you get stuff in glass bottles or glass containers or stainless steel containers, something like that, I've got a fat stainless steel bottle somewhere lying around and I use it, right? So storage containers for food and stuff, very useful. But it is in everything. Best thing to do is just, if you have to use it and you can't afford to replace it, just use it. But if you don't have to be out here like doing all of this with the plastic, you're just doing it because you want to play video games or whatever, you're sweating and whatever. If you can't afford it, fine, but just be aware, try to save up for at least the boxers or something, and then you can move on to maybe buying a filter or whatever. But another main thing is your diet, which I will talk about in the next video because I've already run way over the time. But remember, if you want any advice, if you've got any questions, there's a free community. It's free, people don't join it though, but free community, join, ask some questions. I'm in the Discord, I've got other people in the Discord. If you ask questions, I'll reply in the Discord, or I can make a video to reply to your question. And if you like the video, like it and subscribe. Helps with the algorithm, helps a ton, makes me show up more on your page, and then maybe we'll get some more good information.